Job chapter 32. So these three men quit answering Job because he was righteous in his own eyes. Then Elihu, son of Barashel the Buzite from the family of Ram, became angry. He was angry at Job because he had justified himself rather than God. He was also angry at Job's three friends because they had failed to refute him and yet had condemned him. Now Elihu had waited to speak to Job because they were all older than he. But when he saw that the three men could not answer Job, he became angry. So Elihu, son of Barashel the Buzite, replied, I am young in years, while you are old. Therefore I was timid and afraid to tell you what I know. I thought that age should speak and maturity should teach wisdom. But it is the Spirit in person, the breath from the Almighty, that gives anyone understanding. Not only the old who are wise, or the elderly who understand how to judge. Therefore I say, listen to me. I too will declare what I know. Look, I waited for your conclusions. I listened to your insights as you sought for words. I put close attention to you, yet no one proved Job wrong. Not one of you refuted his arguments. So do not claim, we have found wisdom. Let God deal with him, not man. But Job has not directed his argument to me, and I will not respond to him with your arguments. Job's friends are dismayed and can no longer answer. Words have left them. Should I continue to walk now that they are silent, nor that they stand there and no longer answer? I too will answer. Yes, I will tell what I know, for I am full of words, and my spirit compels me to speak. My heart is like unvented wine. It is about to burst like new wineskin. I must speak so that I can find relief. I must open my lips and respond. I will be partial to no one, and I will not give anyone an undeserved title, for I do not know how to give such titles. Otherwise, my Maker would remove me in an instant.
Job chapter 33. But now, Job, pay attention to my speech and listen to all my words. I am going to open my mouth, my tongue will form words on my palate. My words come from my upright heart. My lips speak with sincerity and what they know. The Spirit of God has made me, the breath of the Almighty gave me life. Refute me if you can. Repair your case against me. Take your stand. I am just like you before God. I was also pinched off from the piece of clay. Fear of me should not terrify you. No pressure from me should weigh you down. Surely I have spoken in my hearing, and I have heard these every words. I am pure without transactions. I am clean and have no iniquities. But he finds reasons to oppose me. He regards me with his enemy. As his enemy, he puts my feet in the stocks. He stands watch over all my paths. But I tell you that you are wrong in this matter. Since God is greater than men, why do you take him to court for not answering anything a person asks? For God speaks time again, but a person may not notice it. In a dream, a vision in the night, when a deep sleep comes over people, as they slumber on their beds, He uncovers their ears and terrifies them with warnings. In order to turn a person from his actions and suppress the pride of a person, God spares his soul from the pit, his life from crossing the river of death, and a person may be disciplined on his bed with pain and constant distress in his bones, so that he detests bread, and his soul despises his favorite food. His flesh wastes away to nothing, and his unseen bone sticks out. He draws near to the pit, and his life to the exceptions. If there is an angel not on his side, one mediator out of 1,000 to tell a person what is right for him, and to be gracious to him and say, "Spare him from going down to the pit. I have found a reason, and his flesh will be healthier than his youth, and he will return to the days of his youth vigor. He will pray to God, and God will delight in him. That person will see his face with a shout of joy, and God will restore his righteousness to him. He will look at the man and say, I have sinned and prevented what was right, yet I did not get what I deserved. He redeemed my soul from going down to the pit, and I will continue to see the light." God certainly does all these things 2 or 3 times to a person in order to turn him back from the pit, so he may shine with the light of life. Pay attention, Job, and listen to me. Be quiet and I will speak, but if you have something to say, answer me. Speak, for I would like to justify you. If not, then listen to me. Be quiet, and I will teach you wisdom.
Job 34. Then Elihu continued saying, "Hear my words, you wise ones, and listen to me. You acknowledge ones. Doesn't the ear test words and the palate taste food? Let us judge for ourselves what is right. Let us decide together what is good. For Job has declared, I am righteous, yet God has deprived me of justice. Would I lie about my case? My wound is incurable, though I am without transgression. What man is like Job? He drinks derision like water. He keeps company with evildoers and walks with wicked men. For he has said, a man gains nothing when he becomes God's friend. Therefore listen to me, you men of understanding. It is impossible for God to do wrong, and for the Almighty to act unjustly. For he repays a person according to his deeds, and he gives him what his conduct deserves. Indeed, it is true that God does not act wickedly, and the Almighty does not pervert justice. Who gave him authority over the earth? Who put him in charge of the entire world? If he put his mind to it and withdrew the spirit and breath he gave, every living thing would perish together, and mankind would return to dust. If you have understanding, hear this. Listen to what I have to say. Could one who hates justice govern the world? Will you condemn the mighty righteous one, who says to a king, worthless man, and to nobles, wicked men? God is not partial to princes, and does not favor the rich over the poor. For they are all the work of his hands. They die suddenly in the middle of the night. Poor shudder, then pass away. People shudder, then pass away. Even the mighty are removed without effort. For his eyes watch over a man's ways, and he observes all his steps. There is no darkness, no deep darkness, where evildoers can hide. God does not need to examine a person further than one should approach him in court. He shatters the mighty without investigation and sets others in their place. Therefore, he recognizes their deeds and overthrows them by night, and they are crushed. In full view of the public, he strikes them for their wickedness, because they turned aside from allowing him and did not understand any of his way. Because the poor to cry out to him, and he heard the outcry of the needy. But when God is silent, who can declare him guilty? When he hides his face, who can see him? Yet he watches over individuals and nations, so that godless men should not rule or ensnare the people. Suppose someone says to God, I have endured my punishment. I will no longer act wickedly. Teach me what I cannot see. If I have done wrong, I won't do it again. Should God repay you on your terms when you have rejected his? You must choose not I. So declare what you know. Reasonable men will say to me, along with the wise men who hear me, Job speaks without knowledge. His words are without insight. If only Job were tested to the limit, because his answers are like those of wicked men, for he adds rebellion to his sin. He scornfully claps in our presence, while multiplying his words against God.